Deadwood, Legends Never Die. Written by and narrated by Gus Pereira. After days on the trail, winding through South Dakota's Black Hills, I finally rolled into a town that feels frozen in time. Deadwood, a place where every wooden board and brick building tells a story. A place built on gold, greed, and gunfire. Deadwood was born in 1876, right in the middle of the Black Hills Gold Rush. Prospectors flooded the area despite the land belonging to the Dakota under the 1868 Treaty of Fort Laramie. But once gold was discovered in a gulch full of dead trees, dead woods, the rush was on. Within months, thousands of miners, gamblers, and outlaws built lawless boomtown deep in the native land. No government, no sheriff, just opportunity and chaos. Among those drawn to Deadwood's promise was one of the most famous gunslingers of all, James Butler Hickok, better known as Wild Bill. He arrived in the summer of 1876, hoping to make a living at poker tables instead of behind the gun. But fate had other plans. On August 2nd, inside Nuttall and Mann's saloon, Wild Bill sat down to play cards. He broke his only rule that day, sitting with his back to the door. Jack McCall, a drifter, nursing a grudge and probably a hangover, walked in and shot him in the back. Hickok died instantly, holding 2 black aces and 2 black 8s, forever known as Dead Man's Hand. Another name forever tied to Deadwood is Martha Jane Canary, Calamity Jane. She was a tough-as-nails frontierswoman known for her sharpshooting, drinking, and larger-than-life stories, most of which she probably made up herself. Jane claimed to be Wild Bill's lover, though historians doubt it. Still, when she died in 1903, she was buried right next to him on Mount Moriah Cemetery, just as she wanted, and up there overlooking the town, the two remain side by side, the legends that made Deadwood famous. As the gold rush cooled, Deadwood began to grow up. The lawless camp turned into a real town, with sheriffs, judges, eventually electricity. By 1880s, Deadwood had telephones, newspapers, and even an opera house. But fires, flood, and the end of easy gold forced the boomtown to reinvent itself again and again. Today, Deadwood has found new life as both a tourist destination and a historic preservation site. The entire town is now a National Historic Landmark, and many of the old saloons and hotels have been restored to their 1800s glory. You can still visit the spot where Wild Bill was shot, grab a drink where Calamity Jane once stood, or even sit at a poker table in the same building that started it all. And while the gold's mostly gone, the spirit of the frontier, that restless energy that built America's wild side, is still alive there. Deadwood isn't just a place, it's a story about risk, reward, and the fine line between legend and truth. Every gunshot, every card hand, every whispered tale in these hills added to the chapter of America's roughest, most romantic frontier. And standing there today, you can still feel it, the ghost of the Old West echoing through the pines. Thanks for riding along. If you like this kind of historic detour, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next leg of the journey. Enjoy my drive through modern Deadwood, and thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.